The eyes can reveal some amazing things about the state of emotion of a patient. Iridology and Emotional Health. So let me explain first of all, because you may not have come across the term iridology before. Iridology is known as the science of iridology, and believe me, it's been around for more than 300 years, and it's just improved and improved and improved. So today it becomes a very, very top analytical tool to be able to see things in the eyes. But first of all, let me explain. So this is a photograph of a live client, and this is what we see as the eye, but there's the components. The middle bit here is a pupil. Now that's where you see things. That's where you have a vision. You see things through the pupil here. Now surrounding your pupil is the colored part there, then that's called the iris. That's where the terms iridology comes from. So it's pupil, iris, okay? The pupil and the iris sit in the white part of the eye, which is called the sclera. Now that is a different science altogether. That is, you've got the science of iridology, which is reading the iris and analyzing it. And then you've got the science of the sclera, which is sclerology, okay? So the eyes, for the last 30, 40 years I've been watching it, the eyes can reveal some amazing things about the state of emotion of a patient, okay? So for example, if you look at this particular case here, you will see something quite extraordinary when you really understand what I'm going to say to you. Now, from here to here is the radius of the iris, all right? You can see straight away that this radius here is longer than the radius here. So in other words, you've got the 6 o'clock radius is longer than the 12 o'clock radius. You can see that. Now what does that mean? If this radius is shorter than this radius, it means that the brain is compressing, and this person is worried about their life, okay, and about things in their life. Now, the other thing that gives up the emotion is that you can see here rings. There's rings here, and in this case you've got 1, 2, 3 rings right around the iris, okay? Now, what I discovered 30 odd years ago, the first ring, if you have one ring here, that means you're 20% stressed. In other words, your emotion is at 20% worries, okay? Then if you've got 2 rings, it's 40% stress. 3 rings is 60% stress. 4 rings is 80% stress. And 5 rings, which I've seen a lot of lately, 5 rings is 100% stress. Now, when you come to emotion, what you look for is the state of the brain. Now, the brain in the iris is from here to here, this part here. In other words, from about 11 o'clock, so 10:30, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. About this part here. This part here is the indicator for the type of emotion in the brain. In that particular patient, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rings in the brain area. That means they are very worried. They are 80% stress. So that's how you work out the emotion. Now, the first thing you've got to do is analyze the emotions there, converse with the patient, ask them about their life, ask them about their job, ask them about their family, and then get them to give you the correct, truthful answers about how they feel. And more than likely, they will agree with you that they are an emotional person, right? Caused by anger, jealousy, bad marriage, bad work, and so on and so on, okay? Now, once you have that knowledge about that person, you can then recommend the right supplements, the right foods, the right books to read, the right level of sleep. You can recommend a whole bevy a whole bevy of clues and answers that that person can then remedy their emotional problems from. But be assured, if it's got 3 to 4 rings up the top here, that is a person who's constantly stressed 24 hours a day, right? For an example, to give you a clue about how we would fix that, we would look further, okay? Now, here's the interesting part. You'll notice that's quite light here, but this bit here around the pupil is quite dark, isn't it? It's very brown, right? Now, that brown, if you look at that as a ratio of the rest of the radius here, if that's the radius, that's about 35% of the radius, 35% brown, very dark brown. Now, in this case, this is the right eye. In this case, this is giving you, as a practitioner, this is giving you the ability to see the ascending colon from here to here. That's the appendix here. Ascending colon to here. That means heavily toxic in the ascending colon, heavily toxic. And then the transverse colon, in other words, half the transverse colon from here to here, that is very toxic. You can see it's very wide brown mark. And then in the rest of the eye here, from here down, is the right small intestines. Right? If this was the left eye, if it was, you would be seeing the left small intestines here, the transverse colon here, and then the descending colon and the sigmoid colon. But in this case, it's the white eye, the white iris. You would of course compare that to the left iris, and now you know it's white iris. You can see that's the junction here from the eye, and also the pointed bit here. If that was the left eye, it would be like this. It would be like that. Okay, that would then be pointed here and the junction here. But this is definitely the right eye. We know that case, and we know how to help that person. So, with a case like this one, believe it or not, what's causing their main problem is they've got very heavy toxicity in the small intestines and the large intestine. And that is going a long, long way to not being able to deal with emotion problems in their life. So what I would recommend for someone like that, I would recommend a deep tissue detoxification. We've designed a very unique formula worldwide. We use this formula together with a product called, the formula is great. It's powerful with insoluble and insoluble fiber and other fruit extracts. And then we would recommend a product called Magnecal D, which is magnesium, one part, calcium, another part, and vitamin D, which is from the sun, in that particular product. So when you give a person that fiber product, and then you give them enough Magnecal D, in this case I would give them 6 per day, like 2, 2, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 6 per day, and then that would then help them to detoxify their bowel. And where the bowel is detoxified after about 4 to 6 months, their emotional level is going to improve tremendously, okay? But they must take a combination of fiber and the Magnecal D and other products we really recommend, and change their whole food program. The whole food program must be changed. So there it goes. So now, if you like what you see, and you like this video, right, go to the channel, right, and request the books that we recommend, in particular this one here, right, the benefits of having an iridology consultation. There's 16 pages of really, really interesting information about what iridology can help you with, okay? In addition to that, another additional in the cruise that there's charts we use, and that says what your eyes can reveal about your health, right? So once you know that, as a practitioner, you can help them tremendously with no matter what sort of emotions involved. Once you go to these proven products and proven systems that we use, your system is going to get really improved tremendously, your whole system. Now, if you then scan the QR code over there, that gives you the ability to get a free 15-minute consultation with us, where you can discuss your problem on the phone, free, and then we can give you an indication of how we can help you, and you'll feel so much relief in talking to someone as practiced and as experienced as we are, and then we can help you with any disease you've got, any emotional problem you've got. No matter how deep it is, how bad it is, we can help you. It might take a week, it might take a month, it might take 6 months, but in due course, your improvement will be massive because we know exactly how to deal with any type of emotion you have. No matter what the emotion is, how deep it is, it might take a week, like I said, or a month, but it will eventually get you there. So we look forward to talking to you on the phone and 15, 20 minutes, and then we can give you a consultation time and what it will cost. Now remember, our consultation is brilliant. It's not 10 minutes with the doctor, it's 2 hours. Both my partner and I spend 2 hours each, so that's 2 people, highly experienced, highly qualified, spending 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, 2 hours with you, so that then you know exactly when you walk out of here, exactly what you need to do, what you need to eat, how you need to think, what books you need to read, what music you listen to, and you'll get greatly improved sleep, and you'll start to recover within a week. So we look forward to talking to you soon.